Welcome back, ARK players, to a brand new video. Now today is my first video in my brand new place. It is just so exciting to be finally here, and it's a massive change because I've been in my old place since Genesis Part 1, I think it was, or maybe even a bit before that, which is crazy. I think it was a bit before Genesis Part 1. So, so many amazing memories that I've shared with you guys in that place. If there's any OG ARK players out there, you'll know we used to have our socks in the background. But it's really nice to be here. I don't know how things are going to sound right now. I'm hoping audio's okay and things like that. We're going to be, right now I'm in a bit, it's kind of a bit makeshift. It's going to be getting better over time. I'm on like a kitchen chair because I don't even have it, but we have got a fun video today because we are going to be testing if ARK's new update, where they dropped the thing that I have been waiting for more than anything in the world, actually has made a change. And you're going to be wondering what that is, and we'll get into it. Drop a like, subscribe. Valguero is coming up in, how long is it now? Valguero is coming up in 28 days. Can you believe how close it is? So come and join us in the LoadedCrysis cluster. Link to the Discord is down below. Right, so you're probably asking, Dom, what is that fix that you're going to be testing today? And it is what we talked about the other day, that megalodons now have a decreased spawn rate. So you know how they went absolutely crazy? And apparently it's mainly happened on the island, and they've done it to a few of the other maps as well, but only a tiny bit. So apparently we're meant to see a change on all of them, but we're going to start with the island because that is what the patch notes actually say. The patch notes actually say that we have made some significant changes to the island, and some of the other maps have had just like tiny ones. So you'll see it on the screen with the new patch, and we're going to get in with the island now. So I wanted to double check exactly what Studio Wildcard said in their patch notes as we're loading up the island. And it is reduced megalodon spawns mostly on the island and only slightly on other maps. This is work in progress. So now we spawn into the island. Apparently this looks like this is the one they've done the most. And the other ones, I'm guessing, are still going to be bad. Ragnarok is the one I really need it fixed on. But the island is a very small map, and it does need some of that love. So anyway, skip past all of this. Don't need to see any of this. And we're going straight into creative mode, and we're diving into that ocean because we need to see whether there is actually going to be, like, if there's actually going to be a decrease in this. So let's have a little bit of a look now. So we've spawned in, completely fresh new world. We go GCM, straight into creative mode, and we're flying in. And we always know, that's one thing that I've always liked about this part of the island. There may be Spinos and Baryonyxes down that way, but there's never any megalodons here. Now, by the way, I'm not saying that this update needed to get rid of megalodons from the game, because I love a megalodon from time to time. It just means they don't have to spawn everywhere. So we've got one there, and there's two there. So this megalodon's coming for us now. So we've got two that are instantly aggroed on us as we've come into the map. And obviously, this is something that, again, has annoyed me and a lot of other people about how as soon as you enter there's a third. There's a fourth. I'm going to stay in the same area because I don't want it to make it unfair. So, is there anyone below me? So it looks like we've got 4 at the moment. But still, I just don't think 4 is needed. Like, I generally believe that a Megalodon TLC with, you know, a Megalodon TLC with one big Megalodon that might come at you to make it a bit scarier. Oh, wait. They've come from nowhere. No, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say that is... They're everywhere. Those ones are swimming away. If they stopped aggro... Ah! I'm sorry. I know this is like I'm playing Nazi zombies when you used to like get them all to like follow you around everywhere, and you'd wait for your friends to go and pack a punch a weapon while the zombies are following you around. There's another 2 coming. We've literally got a whole empire full of them. Look at this. This is exactly the test that I wanted to see. I'm on the island, and they're literally everywhere. This is... I mean, anyway, so that is not the sort of testing I've been starting with. Oh, wildcard, like... I mean, and it's work in progress, but they said that they reduced megalodons mostly on the island. That is the starting zone where you spawn in normally on the game. And that is just crazy. So, right, I'm not complaining. So, this, for me, has just shown me instantly on the island that nothing has changed. Literally nothing. I can't look anywhere without... I just sit here for a little while, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere... Look at... You guys seeing this? Look at this! There's probably one behind me as well. So that I knew it! And then, look. Look at... This is game-breaking, Studio Wildcard. It's game-breaking! Look! I mean, if that's not a photo, I've just missed it with the... If that isn't just literally an understanding of how broken it is in the game, I don't know what is. I mean, you know what? I'm coming straight off the island now. This scares me, that the fact that, like, no other... Like, this is the map that it was meant to have been fixed. Right, so that was an absolute, like, I'm not going to say the word for it, but we're going to get on to Rag now, because this, for me, is the most important thing. The island, Rag, and Ashrius, and the center, I think, for me, is the most important ones when it comes to water and having megalodons. So, we're loading on to Rag. This is not giving me much hope. Like, Studio Wildcard, by the way, this is hopefully a video that will help you guys out. I know you said it's work in progress, so I'm not expecting it to be perfect yet. The only thing that's scaring me... Oh, what's this? So the only thing that's scaring me is I'm on my helicopter, and so we're in the middle of the water. We're standing on our helicopter, but what we're going to do now, ready, is we are going to jump. Okay. So, doesn't it just make you show how amazing this map is compared to, like, how good it looks in 5.5, like, especially the underwater. So there's obviously one megalodon over there. I mean, this is fine, right? Because this is, I mean, this is Rag, and it's a lot bigger. So I'm not, it just shows what the TLC that the island needs, because it's so, the island is it's just tiny. It's like the smallest map. So we, you know, I feel like, if I'm honest, there's a megalodon. We're only going to move around in the same sort of place again. I personally think, I know it's so much bigger, but what? Let's count the megalodons here. So you got 1, you got 2, you got 3, 4, 5. I mean, they just don't need to be in a pack, a group like that, do they? We don't need 4 megalodons next to each other. It's, being 100% honest, they're great white sharks, aren't they? Like, literally, they are great white sharks. I don't care what anyone says to me. They are great white sharks, and they need some love in this game. They're just terrible. They really are. So, 1 megalodon. So, Rag's not even really that bad. Like, I actually feel like there feels like a bit of a difference here, because I don't know if there's a certain cave, I think it's the Brute, that people have been saying that they've been literally experiencing a complete megalodon overload, but this is actually not bad. So there's still way too many of them, and they're just kind of. And someone did say to me, Dom, I think your point is wrong when you say megalodons are useless. I actually have an army of megalodons, and they can actually take down some pretty crazy stuff. And I'm not saying that they're useless. I'm just saying that they become just not exciting in the game anymore, because they're just everywhere you go. And I believe having like other different types of sharks in the game is exciting, but this for me is not the excitement of a megalodon, being personally honest. You know, like everywhere they just seem to be, in every corner. You know, we want to see more. We want to see, like, you know, this is mosasaurs are still exciting in ARK, right? But megalodons are just not. And I think that for me is just, look, there's two down there, literally just like hugging each other. So, you know, the one thing I like about Rag, right, is you come to the depths of the ocean over here. Let's just say we're pretty shallow in the island. We sit here. Let's just sit here for literally, we can just stare at each other and sit here and just look around, and this is much better. There's still spawning lots in deeper areas, but I don't think people mind that. It's just the fact that you need to be able to, in the game, be able to just sit around and be able to get things done without constantly being targeted by megalodons. So I have to say, I know, again, Rag is much bigger, but the spawns seem a little bit better. Definitely a tiny bit. And this is exactly more of, I guess it's because this is closer to the world border, but it's more of the way that it needs to be, in my personal opinion. So I still think there's some caves and stuff, you know, they've got some major megalodon fix issues, but this is a lot better. You know, that was where we just were with the mosasaur was. So, anyway, let's see if we're going to give, we're going to go and give the center and Asterisk a bit of a shout now. And there's 1 megalodon, 2 megalodon, 3 megalodon, 4, 5, 6. Okay, right. Again, I've just ruined it. There's an alpha meg. Okay, I've ruined this video for myself. I've ruined this video. Look how shallow. I've ruined it. It's the shallow water. This is no. Okay, I've taken everything back. Look at the size. Look, you got an alpha, and then you've got an army of about 20. I guess if they're following their leader, they're following their leader. Alright, so we'll have a little look at Asterisk quickly and see what it's like over there. And then we're not going to take too long on Asterisk or the center. We're just going to have a really quick peep. Because I think, to be honest, from what I've seen, I've got enough of my findings that I'm not too sure that this update is where it needs to be yet, to be honest. It's just sad because we're already excited for megalodons to actually calm down and stop flooding the game. That's probably what causes the lag on ARK. It's probably the megalodons. Right, okay, we're just going to take a dip and then straight into the center. That's literally all we're going to do. Not going to be a massive findings. We're going to take a dip, have a look around. So there's 1 megalodon. There is... Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not bad. It's not bad. There's another one over there, which is 6. 7 over there in this. By the way, I know I'm moving out a little bit, but I'm just showing you kind of how many are in one space. This isn't that bad, but we're gonna hop onto the center now and have a little look over there. Okay, we're on the center, and whatever little body of water first, I guess we'll go for the deepest zone or something like that. We'll just have a quick look. When you go on to Rag, you really realize how much like nicer it looks. It still looks nice, but you just like realize so much more how 5.5 with a map actually built in looks great, but I still think the center looks nice. So anyway, we have spawned in, and, you know, we'll actually head over to the center, but let's actually... I mean, that is deep into the actual ocean, so... That's not too bad. So I think what we need to do now is just have a quick look around this area maybe, or something like that. We'll do a quick test over here. Got some anglerfish coming straight after us there. It's quite hard to see, really, with the center, because obviously the water is nowhere near as nice, but we're just chilling, and I think it's just mainly the island. I really think it's mainly the island that's a problem. I think all the maps kind of have their own major problem. All the maps have their minor problems, sorry, I meant to say, but I actually think that really just... the island needs serious, and that was the one that was meant to be better. So, anyway, there's a lot of work to go on this, in my personal opinion. I look forward to seeing how Wildcard deal with this, and hope this video can help out. I'll see you in the next one.